I was talking to Dale about the next phase of HQ18. I'd like to have your opinion on what you think of this. And everything for me screams bespoke. I want you to be able to copy my base design, but make it different. Like, everything is exactly the same, but yours is different. And you're going to think, well, how's that even possible to make yours and mine base the same? And I said today, I've been sort of thinking about this a bit. How can we make base? And I sort of said this a while back, but I didn't really think about it. I said, we're going into like elemental damage. I said, what about a core that has risk and reward? So what about, how would you like a core on your cannon that did 30% more damage to warriors? And you go, ooh, but did 10% less to special bots? What if you could have a shock tower that did 30% more damage to special bots, but 10% less against warriors? What if you had a beam laser that does 30% more damage against a gunner, but 10% less against jets? And having cores where you can attach them to any defense, like a universal, like a combat almost, to your defenses, to make it so you can specifically go, I'm aiming at this class of bot. I'm going to make all my defenses, if I want to, smash warriors. You come at me with warriors, you're going to lose. You're going to lose, that's it. Warriors no good against my base. But if you've got special bots, it's going to be pretty easy. It's going to be 10% less. It's going to be pretty much like fighting in normal mode on hard mode. It's not going to be as hard. Does it change your composition? Have you got more careful around warrior bots? You know, we're not adding a stupid amount of HP and DPS and all of a sudden we're like, oh, this bot can't one-shot anymore and this can't do this anymore and just more of the same. Yeah, I said that for the next phase, or the next phase after that, going to look at new defenses. Beam lasers, mortars, turrets and launchers are kind of like secondary. You know, take out the cluster, take out the prime cores, whatever's left, we'll deal with. And I just feel that if you can take out the cluster and you can take out the prime cores, your bots just walk through it. Some of the outposts are a bit, you've got to be cautious around, you just walk through it. So how do we make the mortars and the cannons and the beam lasers deal more damage again? How do we make them be, you know, you make you worry about them, where you can go into battle and go, oh, I need to take that out. And that's where I hope it goes, me personally. I think it brings out more cores for people to chase, spend money on. And I know a lot of people will go like, oh, spending more money. But two things, guys. We've got to have a way of spending money on the game, or the game dies. But we want new, fresh ways of spending that money that makes it worthwhile. We've gone very much attack. We're creating these bots now to increase attack. And the pendulum swings all the time, guys. So I remember when HQ18 came out and everyone struggled with the cluster. It probably swung a bit towards defense, people struggling. And there's been no upgrades since, and we've slowly struggled to the point where now the game's very easy. And they need to sort of swing that pendulum back to defense again. And then what we can do then is we can go, right, okay, we've swung the pendulum back to defense. Let's bring out some more powerful bots that deal with this. And then you chase them bots and the game gets easy and you bring, and that's sort of how the game always goes and how most games go. They bring out a meta of defense and they bring a meta to combat that. And that's a sort of vicious cycle. But that's personally what I would like to see for defense. Let me know what you guys think. I'm not saying it comes to the game for 1 minute. It's just a suggestion what I sort of brought to Dale. And I know Dale sort of sees the game same as me, where we need to make it more bespoke and more special and base design a bit different. We don't want to make it so a certain base design is meta and a certain way of designing the base, but I want people to be able to copy my base and go, and like I do to other Babel bases, I'm pretty good at base design, but what I do is I look at other designs that make problems for me and I go, how can I make this different? And I want that for other people. So you can copy any top player's design and go, but I'm going to make it different. And that for me is where the, you know, the bespoke difference of bases comes in and the different attack strategies. So you can't attack the same two bases that have exactly the same layout, the exact same way, and a bit of thought and skill needs to go into it. That's the way I see it. Let me know what you think.